Hey James, how you doing? Okay. Okay. This is interesting, and I've got confidence in you in this, James, and I'll get into that in 1 second. But let's go ahead and take a look. So, the brief is great. Um, the the slogan or the tagline, I'm not real sure if that is kind of emphasizing the excitement that would be just kind of your passport. I mean, just because your passport needs, I don't know. I'm just thinking, and maybe something just that'll really spark the interest a little bit more than your passport. Something that really will allude to the excitement of going to this location. Do you see what I'm saying? Brief is great. The sketches. Now, I was first concerned, and this is what I'm saying. I've got confidence in you, James. You've got a knack of making things interesting and visually compelling, and that's really fantastic. Because my first reaction here was, oh, how are we going to do this? This is going to be really difficult to try to do this without using images from the movie, right? But the way that you've got some of these, this is Peek Through the Jungle, that's not necessarily from the movie. And the really neat thing here, and I'm sure you've already thought about this, and this is kind of what I was saying as I've got confidence, is that whole kind of that visual language. Let me see, how did you describe it? Bioluminescence effects. That's a great way to describe that whole conceptual visual approach from the movie, right? And for you to be able to duplicate that kind of scenery and that kind of visual approach in your campaign here, I think it's going to be really interesting, and more so, I think it's going to be great practice for you in using Photoshop to depict these effects, right? So this is fantastic. One thing I would mention on your, and I spoke a little bit earlier to, actually, I brought this up a couple of times in this forum, is that as a designer, when you move on to your professional career, you're going to be doing a lot of sketching, and you're going to be submitting that sketching, whether it be to creative directors, art directors, or even clients, or as if you're collaborating with other designers. And the thing is, a lot of these sketches go back and forth digitally, right? So you have a really light hand for sketching, and I do too. So that's becomes problematic, because the sketches, as you send them for review, don't have the kind of contrast we need to really be able to see what's going on. My recommendation is just I'm not going to say, okay, press harder when you sketch, because you've been sketching the same way for probably many, many years. So I'm not going to tell you have to change your style for sketching, right? I'm just going to say, change your style for presentation. In other words, let's take your sketches into Photoshop and just bump up the contrast a little with the levels adjustment layer. It's that easy. I do it all the time. It works like a charm. You just don't want to push it too far, because a lot of these shadows, they'll get distorted, and they'll start creating some weird effects. So the conditions have to be right, but think about it. Think about it when you're presenting your work. Just pump up that contrast a little bit. I think we zoom in here. I can see close enough what's going on. But at this point, I'd say, of course, please feel free to pursue the direction you feel has the most potential. And let me know if you have any questions. All right, good job, James. Thank you.